email that I sent over. Should be PNG images and the Live Sports CG export. I've opened them right here on my desktop just for easy use. And then we're going to go ahead and come over and open up our Score Connect. So I do not have a Score Link connected. If you do, then you'll be able to use this. But right now what I'm going to do is just simulate data by clicking this Emulate Football button. And then it's basically going to send me some data like I'd be receiving from my Score Link, clock and score and etc. If you need to select your scoreboard type, you can do it from here. I've got mine set to auto detect for Daktronics. And then once this is running, you can go ahead and minimize this and then launch Live Sports CG. So if this is the first time that you've launched it, you'll need to enter that license that I emailed you. If you've already done it, then you should see a screen like this. So first thing, make sure there's not anything here for the bot number. We're going to go up to File, Edit Config, and then currently it's looking for our servers. So what I'm going to do is change that to local device here and hit Save. And I'm going to then restart it so that it actually looks locally for the Score Link versus going out to our servers. So I'm going to exit it out after doing that, relaunch it. And now it should be pulling in my Score Link, which my clock is here and here. So yep, it is receiving my Score Link data. So now what I'm going to do is come up here and change my output. It may be a dynamic PNG. I've already got mine set to NDI. So if you don't, just click NDI, and what it will probably do is do a quick restart of the software. It'll pop back up, and then you should be here and ready to go again. So now let's go to Layout. And you're going to come down and go to Import Export, and you're going to see a pop-up. So you're going to click this Load Import XML button, and then you're going to locate the XML document from the last email. Click Open, and then you should see the new layouts here on the left. So what you're going to need to do is click each one and drag it over to the existing layouts. And when you do that, it should offer. I already have mine built, so it's not asking me, but it should ask you for a PNG background image, and all of the files from the attachment should match each one of these names. So just find that PNG image that matches the name that you're dragging over, save it as a new layout name, and then once you do that for all of them, I'm going to go ahead and skip it because mine exists, so it won't let me do it again. Once you get all of them done, then you can click this X, and then you come back to Layout, Load, and you should see all of them starting down here. So basically, hockey is going to be just your standard no penalty template. So right now, because I'm emulating football data, I'm not going to have the period, team names, and all that correct. I am getting score and clock. But if you've got your Score Link connected, it'll fill in these other fields. So the way this is built is what I did was I went ahead and did this. So this could be your basic scoreboard, which can run. If you have a penalty, what you can do is come up here and go to Load and then select the appropriate one. So let's say there's a home player penalty, so you can click this one, and then you'll get your one drop down. During this time, when the penalty's over, you can go back to just standard hockey. If both teams have a penalty, then you could do HV, which is one for each, etc. Now, if you want to, what you can do is I'll show you an example of how to edit any of these templates. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one, which is kind of the full two-player penalty for each side. You can see all the items which are actually there, even though some of them aren't showing up. It's because I'm not receiving any data from hockey scoreboard, so there's nothing that's popping in. Now I can edit any of this, all I need to do is come in, let's say, visitor player 1. I can right click right here on this, and this pop-up will appear. Now if I want to see what this will look like, I click this override button right here, and then I can enter in a number and hit update and hit OK. And now I'll see, okay, so that's where that number will be. If I want to do a clock here, I can click this clock, right click on that, override, see what it would look like with data there, update, and hit OK. So this would show what this would look like if it was receiving data. It's currently not, but I've actually got an override on it. So I want to make sure that I remove that before we actually start receiving data, because it would actually override the live data. So just make sure you come back, unclick the orange override, update, and then OK. And then what I'll do here is right click on this one. And before I close it out, I'll show you, you can change all of these attributes in here: transparent, auto size, the location, color if you want to, select a different color, update, okay, I want that to be that for some reason. If you want to change the text, you come in here, you can select your font, you can select your style, your size. I'm just going to hit cancel, but you could do all of that. Make sure you click your update before you're done, and then hit OK, and it'll save the change. Now if you really want to save it, you go back up here in layout and hit save, and then type in the name, and you can either save it as a new one, or you can override the old one by entering the existing name. So I'm not going to save it, but you can see what it would look like if I did. So this is kind of an example of how everything operates. Again, you can click on any attribute, right click on it, edit it. You can click on an item, drag it anywhere you want, place it. If you want to change your backgrounds, you can just drag any PNG image onto the stage. You'll see the little plus arrow, you let go, and now you've got a new background. And you can say this is a new layout. So if you want to build different templates, you do that, you create them, layout, you save it as a name, and then it's a new additional template. So this should give you a good feel for how to run Live Sports CG, how to get data into it, and how to set up an NDI output from it. So if you have any additional questions, just please send us an email, and we will work with you to get everything going. Good luck and thanks.